Hi, today I'm doing something a bit different. When I watch book reviews, I see people kind of give a little intro about what they're doing and why they do it and how they find books. So I thought I'd just give a little background into what books I read and how I find them and why I read these books. Okay, so the first thing is why I do series reviews rather than standalone books. Um, like I do read standalone books, particularly when I go to the library. Usually, I'll pick like random books that are just standalone ones that aren't a part of a series, and a lot of the times those are like just normal books, like not supernatural or paranormal or anything like that. But I do enjoy reading series just because you get into the characters, and it's really nice when you get to read another book from with those characters, and I really get involved and emotionally involved with some books, so I want to read them more, and so that I think that's why I prefer series. Supernatural series then are just, I think, more enjoyable. Really, they've more action and excitement, and like they can be interesting and original. I don't think I haven't read a lot of series that are kind of non-supernatural, like, or in the normal world. I read a few of them, um, but the majority are supernatural, and I just kind of kept going that way, really. Um, some people out there, when they're reading books or series and they're finished, then they don't know what to do and how to find new ones. So when I'm trying to find new books to read, there's a few different things I do. So one of first, the first thing I kind of did was I found these websites that basically list all these paranormal, fantasy, supernatural books, which is quite handy. So I'd go through this. I found this one website. I'll put the link in. That has loads of different series from different authors, and I would look through them and see which ones I thought sounded good, and I'd look them up a bit more, and if they sounded like something I'd like to read, then I would download them or look for them in the library or buy them or whatever. Things I would kind of look out for would be books that are from the same narrator in each book. I hate when books change kind of point of view. I hate series that kind of keep the same theme in every book but have completely different characters and stories in each book. I just don't like those ones, like the Night World ones. Um, I don't really like ones with fairies and kind of angels. I've recently discovered most series I've read with angels and fairies are not good. Not when they're the main focus, so I kind of avoid those. And also I hate books where the main person is a vampire. I prefer my kind of vulnerable human protagonist. They're just some of the little things I look out for, and if they just sound interesting, really. Another thing I do is when I series I like, if you go onto the Amazon website, they have kind of, if you like this book, you like these, or other people who bought this book bought these, and sometimes you can find really good series that way. Another thing I've done recently, which is quite good, is I've gone into like bookshops, like Eason's or Waterstones, and I've gone to like the section where in Waterstones it's called Dark Fantasy, or there's a paranormal romance in the teen section or something like that. And I look through all the books, and whichever ones sound good, I'll write them down, and or I'll put them in my phone, and I go home and I look them up some more and see whether I should start reading those. And then I kind of compile kind of a to-read list, and I kind of work my way through that. And I'm kind of coming to the end of my to-read list at the moment, so I have to go searching again. So if any of you have any recommendations, please let me know. When I read books, I don't know, I just like organising things, like putting them in lists, and like every time I read a book I write down what I read and I give it a rating out of 3. And also I have a list of ranking. I rank all my series, and I read about 40 odd series. So I have them all ranked, and which is quite difficult. I'll have to do another video another time on all my rankings. Um, and as I said, I have another kind of Word document, which is all my book list to read books. And sometimes that can have loads, and sometimes I could be at a limb and have nothing to read. I have another Word document that has all my future books coming out. So series I have, every time I finish a series, I have to write down when the next one is coming out. And I just checked the other day, and I have 34 books waiting to be released from different authors. So that's a lot of books, but at least I always have something to look forward to, which is good. Another thing, when I'm finished a book, I write the review, which I kind of started doing about a year ago, a few months ago, and it's in my book review book, which I'll do a video on just to show you, just out of interest if anyone is interested. And then I do these video reviews based on the ones I've written, and I've a lot to get through yet. And when I do reviews, I like to do I like to think, when I watch a review, what do I want to hear in it? And basically, I like to explain the series as a whole first with kind of minimal spoilers. Because when I'm looking up series, I just want a little spiel about what the whole series is about. And not like what each separate book is about, just as the series as a whole, is it any good? And I try to get that across. I hope you kind of get that, like what's the kind of main thing with the books, and what are the good points and what are the negative points, and what are my specific kind of favourite things I found. So that includes like characters and pacing and the storylines and the writing. Also, I love watching book reviews of books I already read. I think I actually prefer watching those than books I didn't read. So that's the reason I do the kind of spoiler-free review and the spoiler review, just to suit everyone. And yeah, so I hope people are happy with that kind of way. Just a note, thank you for everyone who subscribed to my book reviews, because I really enjoyed doing them, and I put a lot of thought into them, so it's great when people subscribe. I love when people comment, even if it's just the minorest comments. I love it, just to see people are interested. So that's basically how my kind of background on my reading and kind of book review methods. If you have any tips or recommendations of different books or things you'd like me to mention about books, please let me know. And thanks very much for watching today, and tune in for my next book review.